So the big news of the moment, of course, is Eurovision. Will we get it? It's 50-50 with us in Glasgow, another great city, but for me it's all about Liverpool. Claire McColgan, the lady behind the bid. Tell us where we're at right now.
Well, first of all, it's been a massive team effort. So, I might be standing here, but there's like hundreds of people behind us who've just played a blinder on this. So where we're at now, obviously there was, I think, 21 cities that started, down to 7. We're down to the last 2, as you said, Glasgow. We're on a very, very, very tight kind of turnaround in terms of some of the detail that they really wanted to kind of forensically look at that we put in the bid. So they're just kind of, I think there's probably different issues between us and Glasgow. I wouldn't imagine they're the same. So they're looking at kind of those different issues and seeing if we can work them through. It's very technical. You'll know how, everyone who's watched this will know how big Eurovision is. It's not just about the thing you see in the arena, it's everything that goes around it. It is massive. This is a really big deal, not just for Liverpool, not just for Ukraine, but also for the whole United Kingdom. We'd be hosting it on behalf of the UK.
Talk about the bid. How did you do this? How did you come up with it? What was the process?
So the bid was really, really, really technical. So about the size of the arena, the space outside. Then there was a big cultural element, which we love, and we've had, and we know that was really strong, obviously, in our bid. We know that was a real big tick because it was brilliant. Using our cultural organisations, but also a really brilliant programme around Ukraine, which we're really excited about, and our relationship with Odessa. And then there was obviously the financials, which is because it's a huge event and it's a huge show, and it's got 3 different parties in it. So 4 actually, if you count the government. So it's us, the EBU, which is the event broadcasting people, and then the BBC, and then national government. So there's 4 people in this relationship. So all of that was worked through. Really, really, really loads of work went into the bid. And then this next stage is kind of just picking up some of those issues.
So yesterday we had the judges in Liverpool. So who are the judges? Who decides it? What did they do yesterday? What was that experience like?
So the people that are judging it are the Event Broadcast Union and the BBC. So they're the 2 people that put the event on together. So they're the people who kind of produce it. So it's your own kind of national broadcaster. And the people who run Eurovision. So that they come together to do it in whatever country. So they were here yesterday, specifically at the arena, looking at the arena site, and we just obviously had Labour Party conference, so it looked great and felt great, but it is all about logistics, because you're putting a show on somewhere, a massive show, one of the biggest shows in the world, somewhere and you're doing it in 7 months rather than a year. So they haven't got a year to plan, so things have to move very quickly, and we've got lots of kind of moving about to do, and that's kind of what they were looking at yesterday. And then we've got another visit from the BBC next week as well. Okay,
so everyone on the best behaviour next week. put your crimbo clobber on next week. What happens then? Obviously they make that decision. What happens next? If we get it, a lot of planning, a lot of work.
If it's a bit like capital culture, if we get it, we just have to go straight into it. Do you know what? In some ways, I absolutely know we can deliver this. We've got the team to deliver it here, and that's another thing that was really impressive, the fact that we've got our in-house team that are really world class, in terms of delivering major events, because it'll be really hard, but you're working with really experienced organisations, who've done it before, but also are the best in the world, aren't they? So, so I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not worried about putting it on. We wouldn't have gone for it if we didn't think we could deliver it.
Do we stand a chance? Realistically, Glasgow's a great city. There's a lot of talk in the press right now, in my opinion, some of it a little bit biased. Does Liverpool stand a chance to get a gig?
Of course we do. We wouldn't. The BBC aren't stupid. This is a lot of work for them. So it would have been really easy just to go Glasgow. So to forget the next stage of there wasn't going to be, I don't think, another stage of the shortlist. So they haven't made their decision. There's no way, because if they'd made the decision, they would have just gone for one of us at this particular point. There's still questions they've got to ask. So I don't believe that there is a decision been made up to this point, because why on earth would you bother?
Absolutely. Well, listen, fingers crossed we get it. Really, we're so behind it. The city has kind of come alive, certainly on social media at the minute. It's just great to see, through some gloomy days and some dark times, it's really good news so far for Liverpool. And if we don't get it, it's still fantastic.
Well, we've beaten, and it's awful, but it is a competition. So we've got through 20 other cities. We are up there with Glasgow. So I'm delighted about where we are, but be under no illusion, we are absolutely steely in our determination to get it. If we don't get it, we'll just, we'll blow a kiss to Glasgow, and it'll be fine, and we'll have a brilliant summer. So it's not the end of the world, but it's just something I think that can really make a massive difference for Liverpool.
Okay, and when do we find out?
Probably, well, I would hope at some point next week. Who knows, maybe the week after.
Claire McColgan, Director of Culture Liverpool. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
well
crossed.
Done to you and all the team. Let's get Eurovision to Liverpool.